is up, YouTube? That's here, bringing you guys another episode of Amateur Hour. We are going up against Rivage today, who has a Luxray Mamoswine, Zapdos, and a Mega Gyarados set that is very close and dear to my heart. It's the same Gyarados set I used back in Gen 4. We are going up against a Sleep Talk Gyarados that has Rest, Sleep Talk, Dragon Dance, and Waterfall. It's full HP Special D, and I'm super happy to see that people still use this amazing set. It's the same set I used to use when I play Gyarados like to this day, and I think it's just super good, and it's really cool to see it in a doubles environment. So I'm just going to start things off. Notice that I'm going with Zoroark disguised as Zapdos as my lead. I go with Mega Gengar and Giratina. So we're starting things off, we're getting right into it, and going up against a Rest Talk Mega Gyarados. I guess Sleep Talk, whatever, you guys know the drill. So goes Luxray Mamoswine, and I'm thinking, alright, well, I got to get the Mamoswine off the board, but is that Luxray going to be Intimidate? Is it going to be Rivalry? It's actually going to be Guts. It's going to be option C. Note that my Lugia didn't activate its Pressure. That's one way to always know if your opponent's using a Zoroark, is if sometimes, you know, abilities like Intimidate or Primals or like other abilities that start right when a Pokemon gets sent out, if they don't activate, that means that it's definitely going to be a Zoroark. And speaking of Zoroark, look how much damage I took from that Ice Shard. So we definitely have to get this Mamoswine off the board. I do not want to eat any more of those Ice Shards. I'm pretty sure that is a banded Mamoswine because we didn't see him take Life Orb damage, and that took like 60% of my Zoroark's HP. So Mamoswine goes down. I take my own Life Orb damage as we see Luxray is going to be going for a not stabbed crunch up onto my Gengar. And because it's not stabbed, because he doesn't have his Guts boost yet, it's actually not going to KO. Gengar lives just fine. So this is where we see Zapdos come in. Zapdos being one of the best legendaries in the game, especially in doubles. And because that Luxray's Flame Orb burned itself, he set himself up for the perfect Hex. Oh, it's just so beautiful when you see Hex go off. So Hex gets a one-shot up onto that guy, and I go for a Night Daze on Zapdos. Now I was thinking about going for a Taunt, because I didn't want to get Thunder Wave, but I'm like, well, he could just KO the things instead of Thunder Waving them. So I'm just going to get as much damage on as I can. Maybe I'll get an accuracy drop. None of those happen. Zoroark goes down, and that's perfectly fine. As we see Zapdos withdraw thanks to Volt Switch. It's going to be coming right out in just a moment, though, right after Gyarados comes in. So here is the Gyarados here, and I want to make sure he's using the right ability. Because if it is the Rest Talk Gyarados, you actually should probably have the Intimidate ability to make you even bulkier. Not that it would work in this situation, but I guess he doesn't even have it. So this is where we're going to see Mega Gyarados activate, and I do really think that the Intimidate is the better ability on Gyarados in this situation. So Gyarados is going Mega. It's gaining Mold Breaker, and that's why I think the Intimidate ability is so much better, because you're just losing your ability when you Mega anyways. You might as well get the most out of it, and I'm going to Protect right here. This guy makes a great play this turn. So I Protect with my Gengar, and I go for a Toxic on Zapdos, and I'm thinking, alright, worst case scenario, Gyarados gets a Dragon Dance off, which he will be going for in a sec, but as I talked about in previous videos, Mega Gengar is a very, very fast Pokemon, and if you want to be able to outspeed it with a Gyarados, you have to be Jolly. So, this guy, we're pretty much gonna play the game of I hope you're not jolly, I hope you're adamant, I hope you're careful, you know, I hope you're some other nature than a speed nature, which I'm correct in assuming. And he takes decent damage from Sludge Bomb. I luckily get the poison, and I'm like, whoa, that is way too bulky. Even though I know you get bulkier when you Mega Evolve, that's quite bulky. I've seen 2 D-Dances now, and I'm like, alright, this is definitely not cool. As we go for an Aeroblast on the Gyarados, I'm fishing for a crit with a high crit move, which I don't get. So this is where he goes for a Roost with his Zapdos. Roost is a pretty good move on Zapdos. He's poisoned, but it's definitely the right play here, because I'm playing so defensive with my uses of Protect and stuff. It's obvious that I want to try and time him out. Well, not time him, but, you know, tick him out with my dots. So Roost from the Zapdos goes off. I'm going to Protect with my Gengar, because I do not want to eat a crazy Earthquake Waterfall combo from this Gyarados. And this is where he plays Rest, and I'm like, okay, it's a Sleep Talk Gyarados. It's my set. It's, well, I mean, not like he copied it from me, but it's the same set I've used. I've been using it for like 8 years. I think it's so good in singles, and it's definitely going to be good in this situation. He has 2 Dragon Dances. He just got rid of his poison, and I have pretty much only Gengar that can do damage. Like, Lugia can do Aeroblast, but I'm a wall. And I have a Giratina who deals Ghost damage, which is not very effective on Gyarados' Dark typing in its Mega form. So Gyarados is asleep. This is where we're rolling the coins. He's going for the Sleep Talk, and he hits. Yeah, he hits a Rest this first turn. Gyarados is much too tired. He's sleeping this turn, as I just decide to, you know what, Zapdos has lived a full life. We're taking Zapdos off the board right now. If I lose Gengar to a Volt Switch from Zapdos, I think the game's pretty much over. as well as an Aeroblast onto the Gyarados. And one thing that's kind of getting close here is my Lugia is not PP maxed on Aeroblast. I only have 5, so like if I miss one or like I just need to maximize my amount of Aeroblast. I can't just waste them if I know he's going to rest or something. So he goes for a Waterfall here, and it actually targets my Lugia very luckily for me, and this is how I can tell he's full HP specialty. Not only is he not taking very much damage from my special attackers, he doesn't deal that much damage even at +2, and it's not like my Lugia is something incredible. It's just full HP special D, so Lugia actually can just get 1-hit KO'd by a lot of physical attacks. So I get him quite low, he wakes up and pops another rest. He's going to try to go for one more time. He needs to get a Waterfall up onto my Gengar. I actually think he probably could have tried. I think his best out would have just been to Waterfall my Gengar and, you know, force me to hit the Aeroblast, because I think it's a 95 accuracy move. So I think that would have actually been a better out than this. Let's see, because it's hard to say, because he's going to get one more Sleep Talk in here, and is that a higher chance than just automatically KOing the Gengar before? Maybe, because it's like a 1 in 3 chance, and then a 1 in 2 chance on top of each other. Unfortunately for him, he gets the Dragon Dance roll, makes himself even stronger and faster, but it's not going to be enough to win him this game. Gengar hits with a Sludge Bomb, and Lugia hits with that last Aeroblast, and that is going to win me this game against a very cool Gyarados set that I wish more people used, and it kind of makes me want to play some singles because, oh man, that set is so good. I actually just think that when I play singles, I could just run 6 Sleep Talkers and just have a blast. Like, oh man, that's definitely my way to play singles. So let me know what you guys think about this game in the comments below, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.